Welcome to the Positively Star Wars Senate podcast. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. May the Force be with you.
Looky, Senator. He's a Jedi arriving.
Let's make this our best show ever!
I will sign no treaty, Senator.
I am the Senate.
This is the way.
And hello, Star Wars fans, and welcome to Positive Star Wars Chat, because this is the Positively Star Wars Senate podcast, coming to you via the power of the Force and with a little help from Skype. This episode was recorded on the 17th of December 2023, which means it's not 2024 yet, and we are still yet to open our presents under the Christmas tree. But this episode is brought to you by, not Winnow, but Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I ain't no fans here.
Which is just out on a couple of days ago on D Plus as we're recording here now, and I've watched it. It's good, and
I liked it.
I liked it too. Very enjoyable. Quite a long time film, but very good. I don't know if there's any Star Wars references in it. I didn't catch any. There probably was.
Well, besides having Han Solo and L3 in it.
But yes, yeah.
L3 is it?
Yeah, the actress, what's her name?
actress
She's L3.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Okay, right. So anyhow, before we get going with the show, as ever, it's time for a quick word from our sponsors of this episode.
Has anybody seen Kris Kringle? It's getting mighty close to Christmas Day.
Get ready for Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
It's useless to resist.
Featuring the space premiere of The Clone Wars. Begins Thursday, December 24th. Part of the 12 Days of Spacemas.
And it's thanks to the sponsors who help keep the lights on, the food in the cupboard, the wheels on the road, the voice of the air on the airwaves, and of course our D Plus subscriptions go in every year. Right, so let's meet the crew. Yes, I see. I can tell I'm reading from a new script, can't you? So let's meet the crew. My name is Stephen, the only British member of the crew, you might be pleased to know, and yes, I am in England. Good old Blighty. However, the rest of my motley crew comes from across that vast pond of water to the west, to my west at least, in the United States of America. So, in Skype order this episode, we have Senators Ricky.
Hello.
Senator Marie.
Hello.
Senator Ryan.
Hello there.
And Senator Ron.
Greetings and salutations, fellow senators. Chancellor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along for another fun time of positive, fun chat about Star Wars. So, on this episode, we will be seeing what everybody's been up to for the last 30 days in the Star Wars world. We will be looking at 2023, the whole year, in terms of Star Wars and our favourite bits from it. And then we will be getting on to our annual quiz, which created by myself, which hopefully will test and tease everybody.
You didn't use that magazine again, did you?
I didn't use that magazine.
Okay.
No, I used a variety of sources. Some questions I completely made up. Some questions I did steal from other sources. Yeah, we won't go on about that. But anyhow, it's time to go around the table and see what everybody's been up to in Star Wars land for the last 30 days. And we start with Ricky.
Hello. Well, since last time we had Senate, I went to Disneyland and I went to Galaxy's Edge. So that was fun. But West, I guess they call it. But yeah, I did. I got some nice little swag. They have a Star Wars trading post in downtown Disney. And I got Chewbacca in his Life Day outfit, which is basically just a Chewbacca action figure with the robe on. But I'm a sucker and I bought it. But they did have Life Day robes for sale, but I didn't end up buying one. I wish I would have though now. Finally got to go on Rise of Resistance. That ride was pretty awesome. So that was pretty cool. And we went on Millennium Falcon ride twice. But the second time we went on, it was so annoying because the people that it was like late, right? Before Disneyland was going to close. So if you know how the ride works, they put teams like 2 pilots, 2 engineers, and 2 gunners, whatever. And so me and my wife wanted to be the pilots because we were last time, but they ended up grouping us with some other people, and so they were the pilots. I was the engineer, my wife was a um, gunner, and then somebody else was another gunner. But they were just sitting there looking at the screen. They weren't even moving the dials back and forth or anything, or flying the ship. And we're like, yeah.
You got to make it. You got to make it big.
So I'm like, move. I was showing the person next to me, like, you got to push the buttons, and they're like, push it once, and then that's it. They're just sitting there staring at the screen. Another guy was recording while it was like recording the screen that he's supposed to be piloting. So I'm like, oh, that was annoying.
We're gonna die.
Seriously, we like hit everything on the way there. It was annoying. What else did I do? Oh, I went to the cantina. That was pretty cool. I went to the cantina, and then we went to. They didn't see any characters though at Galaxy's Edge. That was the only weird thing. We saw like stormtroopers and Kylo Ren like once, and the rest of the time we just stormtroopers. But I didn't get to see Rey or Chewie or anybody this time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And they made a new droid, and then my daughter made a lightsaber, which is always fun. And then I got one of those holocrons that you can put the crystals in. And they talk. So I still got to make a video to show you guys how that thing works. But
Ricky, you're first to Galaxy's Edge?
no, second. Last time I went.
Okay,
was 4
I thought
years
you
ago.
had been. I thought you had been.
Yeah, no, I had went the year it opened. So and Rise of the Resistance wasn't out yet. So, but yeah, it had been it's been 4 years since we went. So still look the same. So, but yeah. But yeah, it was fun. And that's pretty much all I did. I've just been and reading the Eye of Darkness or listening to the audiobook. That's pretty much all I've been doing. Trying to finish up because you guys finished already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gotten better. It was getting kind of slow for me, but now it's ramping up. So. Oh, and I did watch that Disturbance of the Force documentary about the holiday special. That
yes.
was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay. Right. Well, yes. Right. Okay. Onwards, Marie.
Mostly just listening to the From a Certain Point of View audiobook, the Return of the Jedi one. It's actually really good and I highly recommend it. What else have I been doing? I rewatched Andor, first watched Ahsoka. I don't know if that was within the last 30 days, but whatever. I've been wanting to rewatch it, so I'll put that on the list. Rewatched Obi-Wan Kenobi, rewatched Andor, and just keeping myself busy waiting for the next bit of Star Wars to show up.
Don't know what, in 30 days?
In 30, well, not really 30 days, but that's
roughly.
I think the Andor rewatch was within the last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else was like, actually Andor and the Obi-Wan rewatch.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka was like the tail end of October, early November, but
Okay.
I think I have a couple of podcasts to catch up on. I don't know. I wasn't here for one of them, I know.
Yes. Cool. Okay. All right. And Senator Ryan.
So in the last 30 days, I was finally able to finish High Republic Eye of Darkness. I went on a cruise and spent some time just sitting reading quietly on the deck a lot of time. So I was able to knock out most of the book, and then I finished the last few chapters here back on land. Wrap that up. Hopefully we'll have that conversation whenever Ricky's done with it. So I finished that book. I bought and finally played the first round of a new board game, Star Wars Outer Rim. It's a pretty big board game, like one of my bigger ones that I play. It's about like a 2 hours play time on solo, so it's definitely one of the bigger ones. And I played the first round of that yesterday for me, and I really enjoyed it. So even though I just played solo, I don't think anybody will play it with me just because how big it is. But you fly around the galaxy, you collect bounties or do jobs or deliver cargo. You have to avoid all the syndicates and stuff like that. So it's a very good in-depth game. I'm just waiting for Ricky to come over to Pennsylvania so I have someone to play with.
Is it longer than Clone Wars? Or about
Yeah.
the same? Yeah, it is bigger than Clone Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like Clone Wars. You move around and you just maybe complete some of the tasks. The pandemic one, right? Yeah, Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You do that. You do. There's a lot of battle in that. This is you each do your own thing. So you're basically bounty hunters or smugglers. You can choose. It's what they call a sandbox game. You can choose what you do in the game. It's the first one to get 10 fame. So we're Clone Wars is a co-op game where you're both battling to defeat whoever your villain may be, Dooku or Grievous and all that. So, but this is, I guess, I would say it takes place during the original trilogy because you can use Han, IG-88, Jyn Erso, Bossk, and there's an expansion for it too that I'm looking into, but I want to play a couple rounds of the normal game first. But you just do your own thing. It's the first one to 10 fame points, and you get it by either capturing bounty. You can choose to capture bounties. You can choose to deliver cargo. You could choose to just do a bunch of space battles with all the syndicates flying around. You could choose to do, you could choose to do anything you want to kind of be your own hero to get points. And that's why I wanted to try it. So I played Jyn Erso versus Dr. Aphra from the comics. I got spanked. I got beaten real bad, but I just kept playing even after I lost because I wanted to deliver cargoes. I wanted to just keep moving around, but I really enjoyed that game, so I'm hoping to get more plays on that.
Ryan, what's the gameplay? What is it? Is it rolling the dice? Is it picking cards? Is it decision making? Is it a combination of all of that? What is the gameplay aspect of what you're trying to, or what you have input into doing?
It's absolutely all of that. So
Cool.
There is dice in the game, but dice are only used for usually combat. So if there's these 4 factions flying around, there's the Hutts, the Syndicate, the Rebels, and the Empire. They just have individual AI powered ships that just move a certain number of space each time. And you could choose to go around them, or you could choose to just fly into them and just do space battles. And that's where you just roll the dice. Kind of like X. I know Ricky's played X. I think Ricky's played X-Wings, right? Did you play that one, Ricky? The space battle X-Wing?
No, the one with the ships. Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, it uses the same dice as that, but there's no ships or anything like that. But it's kind of the same concept. If you land on the same spot together, you then roll dice to battle. But if you have a positive reputation, because each character has reputation that you gain or lose during the game, you either get to fly right by them, but if you have negative reputation with the Hutts, you have to do battle with them. But if you have positive with the Empire, you get to just fly right through the space. So like I said, and there's a lot of cards. So if you land on a planet, there's a market, and it's 6 piles of cards where you can get bounties, get jobs, get cargo, get mods or get armor, or just try to get fame type of thing. So you can choose to do anything you want in the game. You can land on planets, you can play market spaces, you can haul cargo, you can upgrade your ship, you can upgrade your armor. I started with some weird ship, and then I bought another one, and I could buy the Millennium Falcon, I could buy a fire spray and upgrade it to Slave 1 type of thing. So it's, like I said, you could upgrade your ship, you can upgrade your armor, you can upgrade your person. It's truly a sandbox game where you can choose to do anything. So it's a great game. So
I gotta play X-Wing again.
Yeah, that's fun too. And then after that, I started the From a Certain Point of View Return of the Jedi book. So kind of burnt out from reading so much in the past week. So I'll probably start it more later in the holiday when I have days off. It's just a lot going on with the family and all that now. So, but yeah, great game. If anybody's into it, I definitely recommend at least watching a few short videos.
We're gonna need to carve out a week, Ryan, so we can play all these games.
Yeah. Sorry,
I got
fam.
that, the Funko, the deck building game. There's so many good Star Wars games that came out this year.
Yeah, I want to try the Funko one. We maybe got to try these over video, that Villainous. We could probably play over video. Problem is,
right, that came out too. Geez.
Yeah, the problem with the Funko game is the only 2 characters that I bought were the same dang character. So I got 2 Dooku's. So I'm like, gosh dang it.
It's a clone.
Okay. Right. Onwards. Done. Yes. Next. Senator Braun.
Hello, greetings everyone. My bit of fun here in the last little bit. This time of year, holidays, I'm looking for weird gifts or different gifts, unique gifts, or whatever. And there's a very awesome used bookstore in the area. So go in there looking for things, and then also steal by the Star Wars section to see what I might find. And ended up coming across a very cool The Cinema of George Lucas book. I posted some pics in the chat. It's a huge book. It's a tome. It's physically size wise. It's on it's 11 by 17, maybe maybe not quite 17. But anyway, it's a huge book that way. It's kind of thick. It was a neat book. I clearly have not read from cover to cover, but just perused through it. It was like, oh, this looks like it could be fun to go through. So I was kind of excited to have found that. And then they had an odd thing in the ephemera section or whatever, 1979, a sealed 1979. The picture I have in the chat is not of mine. It's something I found online, but it was a 1979 Star Wars calendar. So back in the 70s, right, the movies come out. There's not a whole lot. 79 now, all the figures are out and the toys are out and it's starting to come. But anything and everything Star Wars was cool and collectible. So this must have been a mail away, or I'm guessing some sort of something that it had the mailer, it had the box, had the cardboard box that it would have come in. That's why I'm assuming it was a mailer. So that was a cool find. I was excited to come across that those things and add them to the collection. I had also done the documentary, the holiday special documentary. Very well done. Highly recommend it. It was entertaining to have gone through that era and lived through that. I don't remember much about it. I'm 6 or 7 at the time when that happened. So there's everything or remember is in story and is embellished from over the years as people have talked about it. And it's been mentioned. We've watched it in here and everything. The only thing I think I really remember from that time was just being excited that there was something to Chewie and his family, that Han rescued or saved or helped save something from Chewie and his family. That had been about the only thing I would have that had a memory of. The last scenes of it or the ending of it is what stuck out. The bad campiness, don't remember any of that from back in the day, but clearly watching it now, it's
that
not
Donnie
bad.
and Marie one.
Yeah.
That seems way worse than
Yeah. The bad campiness was not evident in the 70s. It was a product of its times. And that's what I think the documentary is trying to show, and did a very good job of it. Highly recommend that to everyone. I did pick up a physical copy of it to have that added to the collection. It was a very cool thing that they did. They knew their fan base, and I can't imagine pressing CDs or Blu-rays or whatever. You knew if you pressed 1,000, you were going to sell off whatever you sold. You'd recoup your money back into them. So, yep, got my physical copy of that. So I was excited about that. Ryan, I did have a question. I had ran across this in a what was the game that you played? Or I put in the post a picture of Shatterpoint.
Yeah.
A box I saw.
I've been biting my tongue because I see that picture and I didn't want to
I saw it too.
What, biting your tongue? Why?
Look, well, I didn't know if you bought it or what.
No, is that what you played, or is that what you had? You had a huge spread. You had a picture of your thing. What did you have?
That Shatterpoint one came out after Celebration this year, right? And that's the one where you build the sets and then you play with the physical.
Yeah, this box was huge. The artwork on it, that's why I took the pic. The artwork on it was gorgeous. It was in one of those. It was in a weird mall down in the big city or whatever. It was in one of those like hobby type shops. I don't know. It just had anything and everything. And I saw that, and then I saw the Obi-Wan set for Shatterpoint. And just I'm a sucker for Obi-Wan. I did not pick either one of those up because there was no prices on anything, and I was too pressed for time.
I'm assuming it's pretty expensive
to ask that. I would assume it was expensive. That Shatterpoint thing, the picture I took has no reference in it as to how big it was. It was a huge box, but it looked gorgeous. I just wondered what it was, so I threw that in there for you were talking about the gaming. I didn't think this was what it was, but it was just neat to come across to see this artwork, see what it is. So I thought I'd post it in the chat. It's not anything I picked up. It's just something I saw on my travels in the last 30 days.
Yeah, Shatterpoint, where my game is big, Shatterpoint is way bigger. I think Shatterpoint
really?
is only 2 players, I think. But it's a true tabletop cinema. Like, this is the type of game where you build buildings, where you build land and stuff like that. You build high and low.
You can paint them, right? Customize them?
Oh, yeah, everything's paintable, yeah. And you move figures around a map, and I haven't played it. The game's around me, it's on sale for $130. The main game. That's the main game.
What I posted in the chat, the core set, is that the main game?
Yeah, that's the really tall box.
And then is this one of those games where you have to paint the things that are in this, that they're all just sort of gray or plastic or whatever, or beige, or you can doctor them up if you want to?
Oh, yeah. Usually games this size are bought by people who like to paint because they play tabletop games. Like I want to say, like, I think Warhammer might be one. Yeah, Warhammer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I've seen that out and about. So that type of thing, that tabletop game you're talking about, it is you're not setting that up and playing it for the night. It is you're setting it up and playing it over the course of some time that you got to leave it out on the tabletop.
You could play it in the night, but it's like a 3-4 hour game type of thing, and it's taking up all of the table. Like you're
Right.
eating on the floor now. So
and well, that's why I'm asking, because it's like it's a half hour, it's an hour to set it up, and then it's an hour. There's you have to set aside some time to set it up, because you said, how about your setup was huge, right? You got to set aside. There's time involved in just sheerly setup before you even get to the gameplay. I'm asking, right? Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it's a lot of figures. You move. I don't know if it's card or dice game, or I know there is cards, but you move figures a certain number of squares if they're within their space. Obviously you have troopers, you shoot them, and this is one of those big expandable games where you can buy packs like Obi-Wan, you can buy, Grievous's expandable set, you can buy Dooku's army, you can buy all sorts of stuff, and it's a true tabletop simulator game where you take up the entire table.
Very cool.
I can't remember the name, but it's like it's one of those grand scale games where you have terrain
Anyway,
and everything.
out
Great
and
game.
about in my travels, saw that, and just that box artwork it was almost worth it for what it was. It wasn't, because I didn't pick it up, but it was because it was huge too. It's just a gorgeous display piece. And then as I was perusing the store, stumbled across that Obi-Wan piece. I was like, oh, I almost picked that up, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to collect
Ron, I put a
that just to
picture of
collect
how
it. Somebody
some of the-
might need that type of thing.
I put a picture of how the gameplay looks.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, that is an elaborate somebody putting a lot of work into it, right? That is not what's in the box, but I see the buildings and the stuff that you can hide behind and things you can do. Very cool. It'd be interesting. I got to watch a video. Anyway, so that was my bit of Star Warsing here for the last last 30 days.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Trying to get used to using Skype on my mobile. Okay, so 2023, we are merely days away from the end as we are recording this. But of course, we've had Star Wars all year, various things. I was going to try and bring it up and Skype the list, but I've got another page here. So during the year, we had, if everybody remembers, we had Bad Batch Season 2. We had The Mandalorian Season 3. We had The Young Jedi Adventures, which I know everybody's watched here. We had Star Wars Visions Volume 2, which I know Ryan's probably watched 100 times since then. And we had Ahsoka TV series. And contrary to what Bing tells us, we didn't have Skeleton Crew. And I think that's it for on screen. Have I missed anything?
I don't think so.
I think I have. No. Off screen, I say my favourite Star Wars has been off screen because it's been the High Republic. But on screen, those are the things we've had this year. So it's time to have a little chat about your favourite bits from the year in terms of what we've watched. Thoughts now that we've had plenty of time to digest the Bad Batch, Mando, Ahsoka, the Young Jedi Adventures. I've only seen 2 episodes. That was enough. Visions and all that, Ahsoka and all that kind of stuff. Who wants to charge in head first and have their say?
I had forgot that Bad Batch came out.
No, I forgot that. I was like, what? Was that this year? I had to look back.
Yeah. Ended on a cliffhanger, didn't it?
It was on a cliff, wasn't it? It was up that mountain. It did end up with a cliff. Yes, it did. It ended up with...
they captured them, right?
Yeah, well, they captured Omega.
Yeah. Did they capture Omega? I thought they captured... I thought Omega was the one that was
and
free.
Tech got killed in Croats.
Yeah, quote.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
on the train thing.
Pretty sure he's alive still, but we shall see. Yeah.
When's that supposed to come out?
I'll say, like, my favorite thing for this year. Well, we had, again, I've been saying for years now, we're in the golden era of Disney. While the original stuff was great, you can never surpass like the excitement was in like the 70s. Just the amount of content, like canon content and stuff that we're getting is like never before, and people are truly almost just like taking it for granted. They're being like so picky over like tiny little things, but it's like we're getting more stories than ever. But personally, for me, Star Wars has reinvigorated my love of reading. like never before. I believe I'm up to, counting audiobooks, I believe I read 23 this year. I read 8 physical books, and including audiobooks, I think I'm 23 books for the year. So, and truly, it's all because of the High Republic. So I have a list here, just a small one for the physical for the books and stuff that they released just for 2023. So they have like High Republic Falling Star, High Republic Eye of Storm, Midnight Horizon, Mission to Disaster, Queen's Hope, Brotherhood, Stories of the Jedi and Sith, Shadows of the Sith, Padawan, The Princess and the Scoundrel, Path of Deceit, Quest of the Hidden City, Convergence, Quest for Planet X, Cataclysm, Path of Vengeance, Inquisitor Rise of the Red Blade, From a Certain Point of View, High Republic Anthology, Tales of Light, Crimson Climb came out in October, and Eye of Darkness, not even counting a ton of books and stuff. A ton of comics that came out with all that stuff, and ongoing Star Wars comic, ongoing Vader comic, Dr. Aphra, Bounty Hunters. So, reading material, particularly the High Republic, has been my favorite thing for the year because, I mean, I just love books like Brotherhood and Padawan. They're just like some of the best books for me that I've read for Star Wars. While I'm not the biggest fan of Phase 2 for the High Republic, it can get better depending on how Phase 3 goes. But Phase 3 has been great, and every book that comes out has me more hyped than pretty much anything that Ahsoka or Mando did. While it's great, they're still great, but seeing this large scale, 20-story book unfold has just been great for me. So I've loved the physical media that Star Wars has released just because it has me reading, all sorts of stuff. I went back and I was like, well, you know what? I've never read Lord of the Flies, so I'm going to go read Lord of the Flies. Like, I just read all sorts of books now. If I read too much Star Wars, I'm just like, well, I'll just go read something else. And it's been great just sitting back and reading all the time, and just gets me pulled away from the phone type of thing. So that's been my favorite thing, is just Star Wars physical media this year.
Which reminds me, I've not read War and Peace yet.
Short.
Don't think I'll get round to that somehow. I did see a TV series, so that might save me a good year.
Ryan, you did get into Fortnite this year because of the Star Wars skins. So.
Yeah, that's true. Because of the Star Wars skin, I play Fortnite all the time now. So me and the kid plays all that. My other kid's coming over. We're probably going to do trios today. Like, yeah, I must say, strictly because of that, I play as Boba Fett all the time now. So yeah, I'm into Fortnite now just because of Star Wars. So they definitely sucks the money out of me.
But what about the on-screen stuff? The things that actually you need to watch on your TV, your laptop, all that kind of stuff. Would you put Visions at the top? I know you're the Visions man. Is that?
Well, I actually enjoyed. No, I mean, I enjoyed season 1 more than I enjoyed season 2 for sure. Like, season 1 is still far and away better than season 2. So I mean, if it's just for TV, since you're making me forget my number 1 pick, it'd probably be just Mandalorian. I think that's the best TV and movie stuff that they're releasing right now. Just the story that it's telling and how it influences all these other expansions, and how it's like sparked this whole new era of Star Wars and this timeline and the stories that it will lead to, I think has been fantastic. So, and every time a Mandalorian thing comes out, it expands into something else. It's great learning a new character. I'm happy to be invested in a character that is 100% new and not be like, oh, I only care about stories from the OT. And it's like, no, I care about Star Wars stories. So it can be a character I know nothing about, like Rise of the Red Blade, or, Din Djarin, and I can still love it because it's in the Star Wars universe. So I think Mandalorian is still setting a great pace. And what's to come is the bigger thing. Will it be a movie? Will it be season 4? I don't know. And that anticipation is just exciting for Star Wars.
Yes, yeah, Mando is like the standard for TV shows for Star Wars. So I like the season a lot. I thought, that we showed they did the whole thing with the going into the water, and what was the creature that he found down there? That was awesome.
The mythosaur.
The mythosaur,
yeah.
Yeah, it's expanding Star Wars like crazy. We get to see the mythosaur now. We got to see all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's just fun seeing all that. You're like, yes.
I did like Anakin coming back in Ahsoka, though. I think that was like my highlight for the year.
We were talking about that elsewhere, weren't we? About the HSO. I forgot.
HSEOF.
It's only
Nikes.
poo-poo, everything's on fire moment of the year. Yes, and I'd gone for Anakin's return because I can't remember. Did we know that? I can't remember now. When something's happened, when something's been revealed, I can't remember how much we knew beforehand.
Not really, but I think people expected it because he showed up in Obi-Wan. So
yes, yes. Well, it came at the end of the previous episode, didn't it? So yeah, we had a little bit of a. There was a bit of a at the end of the previous one, yes, and absolutely.
Yeah, that wouldn't even rank high up in my moments for Star Wars because I am not a fan. I've said it before. I'm not a fan of Force Ghost Anakin past like Return of the Jedi. Like that's not what he does. He's not a Force Ghost. I ranted about it to the author of the book, to the author of the book, the Luke Skywalker story. Yeah, I found the author of the book on Reddit, and I was like, yo, dude, he's not supposed to be a Force Ghost. Like, this was a one-time thing. And he's like, well, I wrote the book, so it's canon now. And I'm like, well, I can't argue with that. So I took a screenshot. But yeah, I found him on Reddit, and I ranted on him there, too. It's just, I don't know. I got my beliefs on it.
He was a Force Ghost in the movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but a Force Ghost, or we're not going to get into that whole thing again. Like, we'll rant on another time. A Force Ghost is a reward for being a good person your entire life and following the light side. Like, he was a child murderer. Like, he doesn't deserve eternal enlightenment in the Force. Like,
to be fair, they were child soldiers. So,
Ricky, what was your favorite of 23?
I don't know. No, I did like the ending of Mando, like when with what's his name getting killed, Paz Vizsla. That was a cool. That whole ending was fine. Was great. But yeah, probably it was Ahsoka. I liked seeing all the characters and having Ezra come back and all that stuff. So.
Chancellor, please make a note in the record that Senator Ricky's favorite thing of 2023 was someone getting killed.
Yeah. It was heartbreaking. Like they showed his son and everything, and then like you get to, and it's like this with Walking Dead. And anytime they showed them like a different side, like a human character,
right.
They die.
So,
anytime you get into like the person, like they killed them off, and I feel like Mando's doing that. So anytime they focus on something, like, oh, they're gonna get it.
Yeah, they were giving him a lot of focus. He got some good character moments. I was like, he cares about this thing. He joins him. He's like, he was the first one to speak up to join his team, and I'm like, yeah, good for him. And then he like has this big grand stand, and I'm like, oh man.
Weren't we arguing about the jetpacks not lasting very long? Remember that whole discussion we had?
Yeah, remember they lasted. Yeah, they're trying to catch the bird. Yeah. They're trying to catch the bird, and we're like, I don't know. I guess they didn't fuel them up, but then apparently they're air powered to never run out of fuel. It's apparently the Legends thing, so who knows? And then they go flying after a ship. Then they fly into space after that. And you're like, wait a minute, you couldn't chase a bird, now you're flying after all these ships. Like,
it was a really fast bird.
By air? Powered by air? You sure?
Yeah, it was something.
I thought they had to recharge or something.
They said something about fueling them, didn't they? In the episode, I'm sure they did.
In Legends, I think they could run forever. They're powered by something else, and like the air intake allows it to keep power forever. It's I thought that's something I saw online at one point. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's out of fuel for me. Just like we see them fueling up X-wings in the original trilogy. I guess backpacks need fuels. Lightsabers need recharged. All
that Shatterpoint book, right?
Yeah, don't get me started on that crap.
Do you think every time they finish using a lightsaber, they go and put it in the old EV?
It's like a remote control charger for an Xbox.
That was literally the point of the story of Shatterpoint with Mace Windu, which I guess we forgot to announce the new Mace Windu book coming, which I missed when I was off.
You're gone.
So, which I got to point this out. I find it. I don't know if it's a running joke, but his new book is called the Glass. It's Glass something, I think. I forgot what it is, but it seems like all of his books and stuff that he's doing, is it based on like Windows? Like his book is called Shatterpoint. His last name.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. Yeah. He's doing some pun or doing something there on the mace or the window going out the window.
Yeah, it's I have it listed here. Oh, The Glass Abyss. So is his next book where it's after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, Mace receives a post-mortem message from Jinn asking for help on Metagoths. So we're getting a nice between episode 1 and 2 book from Mace. So that's, again, 2024 already has me hyped. That and the Living Force book, which is the story of the Jedi Council before episode 1, like that stuff's great. This is the background of Star Wars that I like, that feels of the universe. But I just find it funny that it's like, you know, Mace Windu is like, he has the glass abyss and he has shatter. Like, are these window jokes? I don't know what they're doing here, but it's kind of comical.
Yeah,
Next one will be Pain of the
that
Jedi.
seems pretty. Yeah, it seems pretty clear what he's going for there.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I think these Mace Windu jokes are pretty armless, really. Did we get that?
Arm.
Armless.
Wait, did he?
Oh, okay.
Really?
I was like, what's that got to do with Windows? But okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's a bit slow on that one. Yeah, I was just going for something a bit different rather than saying like, Mace Windu and the giant pain or something like that. I don't know.
just toss it out. Just toss it out.
Yeah. For something like throwing the bathwater out with the baby at the window. Don't know if you guys have that one in America. Okay, Marie, you have some favourites from the year?
I do, as a matter of fact. One of my big favorites was Luthen's speech in Andor, the "What do I sacrifice for?"
Yes.
Oh man,
That was
2022.
Was it?
Shut up, Ricky.
It was last year.
It still counts.
Okay, it's okay.
It feels like this year.
It was the end of last year. It felt like this year. This year's been a long year. Let's see. Any Vader moment in Ahsoka or Kenobi, like the moment when Obi-Wan shatters his mask and he goes, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did," kind of thing. The Force Ghost or World Between Worlds or whatever, Anakin. You haven't read what's it called? From a Certain Point of View thoroughly yet. I have read the story of how Anakin becomes a Force Ghost and why. So you have that to look forward to, Ryan.
I have heard it fills in some background, so I'm hoping my opinion will change on that. I have heard there's something big in there. So I'm hoping it'll affect my opinion, so I'm not so negative towards it.
And you can stop harassing authors.
Yeah, and you can stop harassing the authors. It's canon now, so on you.
Yeah, it is. I can't change it.
That was a funny reaction from the author. Honestly, I was like
Straight
laughing
up.
on the inside here.
He said, "Well, I wrote the book, so it's canon." I'm like, "Well, that's true." So
yeah, never mind. I don't have a good argument for that one. Bye.
it's a good argument.
Yeah, it's the argument. It's written in stone, so there you have it. But aside from that, let's see, favorite moments. I did like the cliffhanger moment in the Bad Batch finale. I hate that it was a cliffhanger, but like a literal cliffhanger. But you know, what can you do? It's a kid show. Anything else I can think of?
When does that come out?
The next season?
Yeah, for Bad Batch.
I've heard Bad Batch.
It was next year. Like
they haven't even announced it, but I know they said something about Bad Batch season 3, but they didn't give a date yet because of the whole writer strike and all that. Writer strike and actor strike.
Didn't they show a trailer at Celebration? Or am I thinking something else?
No, that was other stuff. Skeleton Crew, didn't they?
Yeah,
and Acolyte.
And Acolyte, which says 2024, but with the strikes and everything, they're just like, it exists still. We'll let you know when it comes out. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. That's everything, because Andor's doing the same thing, right? You know, they were supposed to come out summer 2024. Who knows when it's coming out now?
Yeah.
Hopefully it was mostly in the can by the time the strike hit.
Okay. Ron. 2023.
2023 as the original trilogy generation fan base or whatever, having gone through it all, what I enjoyed about 2023, my favorite moment, it's going to be cliche, but to say all of it, that they're having all that content having it listed out. While I didn't do the books, to hear that much of it being a part of what happened in 2023, to Ryan's point of the golden age of Star Wars, to hear the listing out of how much actually came out on video, what we saw this year in 2023 was an achievement of sorts or whatever in terms of being a Star Wars fan and having so much of it out there for us to consume. And the year as a whole, that we got Ahsoka, we got Bad Batch. If I had to be hard pressed, to really say what favorite things, probably Bad Batch. That they took something new and really expanded upon its story, and what they've added to the overall story and the overall universe with that show, with that story, and how well it was done. I really think that's probably what I enjoyed the most out of 2023. But yeah, just having all that content this year has been fantastic for all of us. I think I've really enjoyed all that I got to consume this year. Really happy to be a Star Wars fan.
It's like every medium too, like books and then TV shows and the video games. Like Jedi Survivor came out this year, and I'm like a third of that game in. I got to finish that, so we can have a discussion about it. But yeah, that, and then they did the Path of the Jedi on Minecraft, which is awesome, and I got to finish playing that too. There's just like tons of stuff, like everywhere. Like if you like games, if you like board games, if you like movies, or there's books, comics, there's something Star Wars out. Right?
I'm sitting here looking at the picture of Ryan's game or whatever. There is a lot that has gone into that. So yeah, this vast universe, that covers so many different media and so many different things and so many different outlets and so many different pieces, whatever. It really is a neat time to be a Star Wars fan because of all of it. So I'm glad I've kept up with all of it over the year. Happy, I shouldn't say glad, but just happy that I've kept up with it all over the years to be able to see and appreciate everything that's being added to all of it, really. Just the vast quantity of it all. Really astounding, really neat.
We didn't mention Tales of the Jedi in that list when I said about things.
Oh yeah,
in 23.
That came out too.
Did you forget
Man,
that? Yeah.
So much stuff came out this year.
Yeah, I can't even. You're right, exactly. I need to go back and watch it 500 times to have it locked in. Was that the little shorts?
Yeah, the shorts.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
That's where we got young Qui-Gon. That was neat. Yeah. So really, to say a favorite moment of 2023 is 2023 is the content of 2023. Be interesting to see if we get that. We say the strikes, and there's extenuating factors that have gone into what's going to shape 2024. But it'd be an interesting thing to look back or to rate. Rate's not the right word, not the fair word. Shouldn't have that expectation of this much content each year. But is 2023 going to be seen to be a banner year for the amount of Star Wars that we got across all formats, media, ventures, things? Yeah. It was a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we don't know when we'll get the next new on-screen Star Wars content, but the good thing is that the writers' strikes doesn't affect the High Republic. So we're all right, Jack. But on screen, no idea when we've got. I don't think there's anything for them. I haven't really looked. We can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Seems we got to get next year.
Seems like they might be keeping it quiet, so that they can make an announcement that'll splash, that'll catch attention, catch everyone.
Is there any event coming up where is there any D23 this year or anything like that? Do they do that every year or every other year?
I think it's
every other. Celebration is not till 2025, and it's in Tokyo somewhere. They still haven't announced the location. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we had Celebration this year too.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to that.
Mm.
It's a little bit too far for me.
Stephen, we had our tweets on TV.
What? Oh yes, of course. Yes, we did it
during Celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, forgot that. Yes.
That was fun.
I only did that. I thought this is never gonna. I can't remember now. And I thought this is never gonna get online. And then literally, within 10 minutes, my treat came along. So I imagine that there wasn't a huge amount of people actually bothering with that thing. But yes, you had to read it quickly. And it came up once, didn't it? They only come up once, I think. Your treat thingy.
I was doing it for an hour or so. I kept running back and
I can't
forth.
remember now. It's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go back and watch the live stream, Ron, they actually do a whole showcase on the Shatterpoint game. So, and they explain it a little bit more. But yeah, cool stuff. There's so much stuff this year. It's just insane.
It feels like we've had more than I expected, but I don't know if that's just me. What we thought we was going to get in 23 compared to what we got. I'm really hoping that 24 isn't going to be the opposite.
Just imagine there was supposed to be more. Like Skeleton Crew
That's true, yeah.
was supposed to release this year.
Yeah, that'll probably be on right now, right?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, Ryan, that is a fascinating point, right? If those things truly fell on schedule, they would also be a part of 2020. Is that what affected? Somebody looked at a thing in 20. It's almost like your Christmas list where you're looking and seeing what did I get everybody, and then when you write it all down, you're like, wow, I got that person a lot of stuff. Maybe I should pare this down, or I got to get somebody a little bit more. Whatever. I do that with my nieces and nephews. That if somebody's looking at a table going, wow, we've released this much stuff in 2023, and what do we got for next year? It's like, let's hold these two things back. I don't think that's what happened at all, but it could have factored in a little bit because of the strike and everything is what's pulled them, right? Is what we think, and nobody's announced it, but makes the most sense as to what really affected their release.
Yeah,
but they could have been in 2023 too. That is
everything.
Yeah. Huh.
It kind of feels like this year, everywhere you look, you can't get away anymore from Star Wars, because everywhere you look, there's Star Wars. I mean, considering that there was such a dearth of Star Wars stuff when I was growing up, it feels weird to be in this moment where like everything is Star Wars, where you could walk into Kohl's and they have like an entire like Christmas village of Star Wars stuff. I actually bought one of the little Star Wars figures. I forgot to tell you guys that for my little Christmas table. I need to unbox it and put it on.
Did they have houses, Marie?
They had some buildings and things like that. You know that Kohl's has their own like little Christmas village, and they have Disney figures, and it's tied to that. But they did have Star Wars stuff. I have like one of Grogu by Santa's mailbox or something like that. I have to unbox. Like I said, I have to unbox it. They have been like on a 50% off sale like ever since November. So do go and see if they have any. And Ron, that's something to keep an eye on for after Christmas.
Oh, I've already noted it in my head, Marie.
Yeah, I was like,
can't say
you
that
might
I've
want to go
seen
to
this,
Kohl's
but-
after Christmas.
But to Marie's point, there is something to the Star Wars is now pervasive. It's almost like Disneyana, that Disney stuff just always exists in stores there for the longest time. Minnie, Mickey, Pluto, it just is there. That it almost seems like Star Wars has gotten to that point where it's not going to run cyclic to the movies or the shows, that it's just going to kind of exist because it does exist. It's always going to have some draw or something. Yeah, it's something like this Christmassy-fied Star Wars thing. You're saying Grogu waiting around Santa's mailbox or something.
Sending off a letter to Santa and whatnot.
The big inflatables, like the Lowe's and Home Depots have the big inflatables of hand riding a tauntaun with a Christmas wreath around him, or they're Star Wars things, but they have a holiday bent to them that's incorporated to them, or just that type of thing seems to be. I agree. I see that more and more, that from a collector standpoint, you can't collect it all because there's just so much of it now. It's not lines of stuff. It's just it runs the gamut to where this Kohl's has. I'd be curious just to see what it is. The Kohl's has its unique or its own branded thing or its own thing special to it. The Hallmark
my wife just bought like towels and like oven mitts of like they're OT because they have like 3PO and stuff, like the old pictures, but they're Christmas. I'm like, where did you find these?
Yeah, that's Ricky. That's beautiful. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That it just is out there. Somebody's printing it, getting a license to print it out there, and it's printing out there. And it's kind of saturating. It's kind of diluting a little bit, I think. But I also think that now it's to the point where that people are doing, picking that up for what, because they like to have it out at Christmas time. Yeah.
Well, even when I was walking around Disneyland, like I kept playing a game where like when I packed for Disney, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take like the least common shirts that I have, the ones I had to order and stuff, because I kept pointing out like, okay, I have that shirt, that guy's wearing that shirt, that girl's wearing that shirt, like I kept seeing the shirts that I owned. Then like it was
on everybody else.
On everybody else, yeah. Like, and there were so many people wearing Star Wars stuff, and little kids and older people, and like it's everywhere. Like, and that wasn't even in Galaxy's Edge. I was just like walking around California Adventure and stuff like that. So, yep, Star Wars is alive and well. It's not dead.
Yeah.
Far from it.
Yeah. All right, Stephen, quiz time.
Yes. I've just got get everything ready. It is time for the 2023 annual Possibly Star Wars quiz. Yay!
Use my knowledge, I beg you.
I will quickly discover the truth of all this.
Well, no, you don't have to go.
I'll put in some fanfare.
Ryan's aiming for a few answers this year. Not last. I haven't got the results here. Actually, I've got them written down somewhere. Last year, I'll have to remind people next time what the positions were last time. I don't think we could all remember collectively was that Marie was the winner of the annual quiz last Christmas-ish time. So she's got the trophy all polished up and cleaned up and all ready in case it has to move on to somebody else. Get somebody to chisel in the names each year and stuff. So I think who won it the year before? Was it Ricky, wasn't it? Did Ricky win it the year before? Was it Ron?
I think I did. We did a couple quizzes though, but
yeah, but I mean, more one.
We did the video one. I won. So.
Yeah, I don't think we really know who won year in to year out. We just know that Ryan's always lost.
Yep, I'm always lost. I started off at the lead with the question one, and then I thought,
dig in.
I'm hoping it will be slightly easier this time, but obviously I haven't gone for easy questions like what was the name of Han Solo's spaceship, or complete this sentence, death blank. I haven't gone easy. I want you guys to think a little bit. And Ron amazed us last year when he knew the number of the trash compactor, I think it was.
Nice.
Yes,
3263827. That's not everybody's PIN code for their ATM card. Wait, what?
I don't know my wife's birthday, but I know that.
So technically there are 5 rounds. We may or may not do them all. But also in the ones that are straight questions, I've actually put them in sort of categories. So you can actually choose your question this time round, rather than suddenly Ron won't end up with a High Republic question and Ricky won't suddenly end up with a Visions question or something like that. You'll be able, to a degree, you'll be able to choose your topic until those topics have gone. In which case, you will end up with whatever's left in that round.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought everybody feel a little bit fair that you don't end up with. At some point, you are going to end up with a question you didn't want, but at least to start off with, you get a little bit of a choice. Okay. So round 1 is called General Knowledge. And there are 10 questions, and we just go through we go around in that order of Ricky, Marie, Ryan, Ron, until we've done all 10, and then we're off. Well, actually, we've got to do 10. We've got to do 8. That's why we've got to do 8. Because otherwise, someone's going to get extra questions. Correct. So that means there's more chance of you getting a topic that you want. So, make a note. I'll remind you at the start of each round. So, in this round, we've got questions on Ahsoka, Bad Batch, Mando, A New Hope, and the High Republic, and Revenge of the Sith. So they're the topics you get to choose. So, Ricky, you can either just let me choose the topic, or you can choose one of them. So we've got Ahsoka, Bad Batch, Mando, A New Hope, the High Republic, Empire Strikes Back, Bad Batch.
Yeah, you pick.
Let me see, which one won't you know?
Okay, well, they do Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, Revenge of the Sith. All right, well, that's just reasonably easy, hopefully. And remember, if Ricky doesn't get it, somebody else can come in and steal the point.
Are doing the numbers thing in the chat again?
Yeah, we're not just going to do that. I'm just going to guess who came in first. Okay.
We're just shouting?
Sorry?
We're just shouting who, if we know it, or how are you going to pick somebody?
Well, let's just see if he gets it right first. Okay. So.
I like that strategy.
Last year, I'm not doing. Oh yeah, we do it in the chat. No, we do it in the because then I kind of feel that in the chat it's a bit cheating because people just put in the.
No, what you need, but it's hard for you. What you need to do is make sure somebody doesn't chime in until they say they can't answer it. The first person to chime in when you open up the ability to chime in.
Yeah. We'll decide after we ask the question he's got it wrong. Okay, so Revenge of the Sith question, Ricky.
Yep.
How many lightsabers does General Grievous wield when fighting with Obi-Wan at Utopia?
4.
What?
4. Is that your answer? Final answer? Yeah. Correct. That was maybe that's a little bit too easy than I thought. Okay, Marie.
Maybe.
We've got questions on Ahsoka, Bad Batch, Emperor Strikes Back, The High Republic, Mando, A New Hope.
I'll take Empire Strikes Back, Alex.
Okay. Where were the Hoth sequences in the movie filmed? And by that I mean what country?
That's way. Oh.
Marie.
Norway.
Correct.
Winner. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Did you not know that, Ryan?
No.
I could even tell you where it was filmed.
Well, that's not a bonus. That's not a bonus one, but go for it.
Wow, impressive. Yeah. What part of Norway you're
Okay.
saying?
What part of Norway? Yes, it was a part of Norway called the Finse Glacier.
Nice.
Glacier.
That is some useless brain cell action going on there. I am impressed.
Right, exactly. I don't know anything useful, but I do know that.
That is impressive.
Very good. Okay, so Ryan, your turn. New
Right,
Hope.
everyone get ready to steal, everybody. Get ready to steal.
Oh.
What
you gonna do?
Is there High Republic?
Yes, there is a High Republic question.
I'll ruin the question.
I didn't say it's an easy one, but there is one there.
What page is the does?
Yeah,
Right? How many lightsabers does he have? And then what page is this? It's just like whatever. Dude. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just High Republic just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, okay then. All right, okay. What is the name of the Jedi who was head of operations at Starlight Beacon, who is often seen cross-legged, hovering in the air, coordinating communications?
Maru.
I'll give you that one. Do you remember the first name?
Master?
And?
Andrew.
No, I know it's Maru is the name, but I can't remember his first name off the top of my head.
I'll give you it anyway. It's Stana. I wouldn't know, but yeah.
Oh, it's Stala. Yeah. I remember that now.
I mean,
Hey, huzzah. One of my favorite scenes in honestly all of Star Wars history is that finale of that Marvel run, and I think it's issue 20 or 25. Stunning. Brought a tear to my eye. Amazing scene.
I love you, Ryan. So a comic book is that's what you're talking about, right? You've read through this thing, and it's the end of the run, it's the end of the story, it's the end of whatever, and the words on the page and the graphics that are drawn are enough to elicit the emotion.
I'm not even kidding. When I saw
that is beautiful,
page,
man. That is beautiful.
and it was a double page spread. I mean, I don't know if I want to spoil it. It's been up for like a year.
So yeah, don't. So it's a turn the page kind of moment. So you're turning the page, and it's on those two left and right double page spread of the ending of everything that's culminated of what you've been reading and everything. God, that's awesome.
With Maru and stuff like that, and it's just truly tells me. That's why I love the High Republic. It truly says the Jedi will give everything, and they're the hope of the galaxy. And they're willing to save everybody for it. And it literally teared me up. I was like, oh, this is why the Jedi are great and what they're willing to do to save people. And it was an amazing turn page scene. So I love Maru. Great character. Cool. And I might watch that, the Young Jedi Adventures. I might watch it just because he's in it now. So.
That's true. Yep.
So thank you.
Very good. So it's just up to Ron now to get a point on the board. We've got Ahsoka questions, we've got Bad Batch questions, we've got
A New Hope.
Mando, A New Hope, and that's it actually.
A New Hope.
A New Hope. Okay. This might be a banker then. What was the call sign of Reg Antilles in his X-Wing on the Death Star attack run?
That's a good question. That's a good one.
It is said in the film. I did check. He does actually when he calls all the wings and stuff, and they all go, red blast, standing by. Red.
Yeah.
He does say.
Total guess. Red 2.
Correct.
Oh,
nice.
Well done.
I was with Red 3 for a while, but then when you said about the call signs and because who did they say cut the chatter? Who says cut the? Who do they say cut the chatter red to? Right, they say that to Red 2, and that's what makes me think, because he's the one that says, look at the size of that thing, and they say cut the chatter Red 2, and that's what made me think they were talking to him, that was his call sign. So yeah, so Red 2.
Steve spoiled it. Okay, gotcha. Steven's giving out hints now. Cool.
You don't give it articulate over hint, but I always feel sorry for everybody. I'll give it hints for you too, don't worry. Okay.
No spoilers, but Vader is his father. I'm like, what? Like,
Okay, we've gone, man. One more question again for each. So Ricky, Ahsoka, oh my God, Bad Batch, Mando.
Let's do Ahsoka.
Okay, I'll do the first one in the Ahsoka discs, because there are 3 actually here. What home planet is Ahsoka Tano from?
Togruta.
Yeah, right? See, I've got a different answer here.
I don't know, man.
Is that the name of the planet?
I got a different answer here.
Did they even say that on the show?
That's what she
is.
Oh yeah, we got to chime in. Shoot, I don't. That's what she is. Where the heck is she from?
Well, who wants to guess that?
I know they say it in THR, but
yeah, they do say it in there, and I don't remember it because I'm stupid. So it's not Togruta, just not Togruta-tan or anything like that. So, but
no, because that's like saying we're human from Earth. She's Togruta from, and I think it starts with an A.
It doesn't, but
I can't. All right, so yeah, so I can't pull it.
It starts with a letter of the alphabet.
That much was obvious. We didn't think it started with a number.
Well, Star Wars, you never know. Yeah, what letter does it start with? Let's see if that's a clue for any of us.
I'm giving it away. C.
No, it's not Chandrilla.
It's not Chandrilla. No, it can't be.
That's human.
Okay, so I got it wrong then.
Yep, sip. So nobody got it, is it?
I'll concede. What's the answer? Yeah, don't.
I've got Corvus.
What?
Corvus? That doesn't sound right at all.
Corvus.
I mean, I know it's not Togruta. I know it's something different from that. I do know that.
Well, yeah, like I say, that's what she is. That's human from Earth. She's Togruta from Corvus. How are we spelling Corvus?
What is Corvus? Oh my God, I don't know if that's right.
Oh, Corvis. Corvus.
I'm sure. Where did I see that? Get that to? Let me see. Let me just check.
Well, it's in where she's a little kid, isn't it? In that short.
According to Wikipedia, that is not her home. Or Wikipedia, it's not her home planet. But
I'm just looking at it now. Was born. Ahsoka Tano was born on the planet Sheila.
Sheila.
Where did I get Corvus from?
Corvus?
No, it's not Corvus.
What'd you say? What was your answer though, Stephen?
What the answer I had written down?
Yeah.
Corvus, but it's not. It's Charlotte. Corvus.
VUS.
Well, there's Corvus Glaive from from the MCU. He's the alien guy with the big knife.
I think that's obviously. This is what happens when you make so many questions and you get so many different pages off, and you don't always get.
Either way, I got it wrong.
I think you mixed it up, man.
I've just googled, and it says she was born on the planet Shili, Shili, to the Togrutas, Path Tai, and Nak L. That's going to be one of my questions. I did change it. It's going to ask what are the names of Ahsoka's parents, but I thought that'd be a bit too obscure.
Okay.
Corvus is the planet that she went in Ahsoka, like the forest planet on the edge of the galaxy.
Yeah.
That's Corvus. So I think you might have mixed up some answers or something.
I think I did. I had so many windows open when I was creating the questions that I got them all wrong. Anyway, you got it wrong anyway, Ricky.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, Marie. So we got Bad Batch and Ahsoka questions left.
We have Ahsoka questions left because we just. Oh wait.
Yeah, he had a couple of Ahsokas.
Yeah, still more.
Okay, so let's do Ahsoka. Why not?
Okay. Well, you should get this one. What was the name of the final episode 8 of the TV series? It's the one with a really, really, really good pun title name. the Falani.
More hints from Stephen, I guess.
Yeah, I am just going to roll my hints.
Oh my gosh. I just blue screened.
Quick reset.
Blue screen while you're searching?
No. No. I just like completely blanked out. I don't even know. Somebody else take that one.
It's a longish title. It was a big pun. I think actually some of them posted them quite a pun. Anybody else want to guess?
Know it.
Anybody else?
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know it.
It was. I know it, but you don't remember the puns.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember the puns either. It's on the tip of my tongue too, but.
Well, I'm not going to give any points, but if I say,
It was the Jedi, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
The Jedi, the Witch, and the
Warlord.
That's what.
Warlords. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Right. Move on. Ryan. So we've got Ahsoka and Bad Batch left.
I will save Bad Batch for Ron because it's his favorite series, so I will take Ahsoka.
Oh. All right. Okay. What's the name of Thrawn's Star Destroyer?
Chimera.
Correct.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well done. Okay, and Ron, so you're left with a Bad Batch question. If I got that right, have I missed anything else? No, there's still a Mando question. So you got Bad Batch and Mando.
Yeah, I will take Bad Batch for 800, Alex.
Right, I'll take the first Bad Batch question I had in order here. So in the episode Series 3 Tipping Point, the episode called Tipping Point, that is, several clones are imprisoned for disobedience against the Empire. What's the name of the clone captain who warned the Bad Batch of Crosshair's plan?
It's all random. Like, here's one single character.
He appeared in several episodes, though.
So, to ask me one more time, Tipping Point was...
Yeah, so several clones are imprisoned for disobedience against the Empire. What's the name of the clone captain who warned the Bad Batch of Crosshair's plan?
Yeah, got no idea. And he was on several episodes.
He's in the Clone Wars. He's a name that's been around for quite a while, and he appeared in several episodes, I think, in Bad Batch, because of his questioning the Empire's orders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, fives. That's my answer. It's not.
It's a good guess. Yeah, it's Hauser.
Hauser. Yeah. Multiple choice may have helped. Hauser.
Yeah,
I guess no one's allowed to steal that one, huh?
I know. I knew that one.
Did you?
So our quizzing skills are not very polished.
Well, then he didn't mention that there was still a Mando question. I would have picked that.
I don't remember everything.
Yeah, he told us the list. You're supposed to be writing it down, scratching them out as you go.
Yeah. I can't remember everything, says the man who's in charge of everything.
There's like 4 Ahsoka questions and like 1 Revenge of the Sith question.
But to Ryan's point, yeah, there's no stealing that one. Or chime in quickly in the chat so that you can. No, you have to chime into the chat. You got to put in a number or put your name or whatever something in the chat. Yeah, Ryan's in, Stephen. For the
It's too late now. You should have reminded me. Do you guys actually know that?
Your rules.
Yeah, it's my rules. My rules, as the chap said the author said to you, it's my book, it's canon. So I get to decide what happens. Okay, so that's round 1 over and done with. So we've got Ryan's in the lead with 2 points.
Wow.
And everybody else has points. So
was in the lead first round and then failed terribly after that.
It's all to play for still. So round 2 is numbers. So every answer is a number.
I'm out.
Yeah. You don't actually always have to get it right. I will accept nearest to the
Wait.
Yes.
Is it without going over? I mean, this is what the same
We're
question
not
we have
doing-
every.
Yeah. As persnickety as you were getting about the quiz and the chime in or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna get that way about the rule, the Price is Right rules. Well, the closest without going over, or is it individual questions? Or we're all saying the number, right? Have at it. Let's go. Let's ask us what you got and see what happens.
Yes, I'm just going to go in order of the numbers in this time round, rather than giving you a choice of the franchise, because I'll just get confused and forget to tell you which ones are available again. And as it's numbers, it's just everybody can guess a number.
Okay, Stephen, enough waffling. Go, 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 go. We're on the timeline.
Here we go. Right. Okay, so Ricky's first again, of course. Right. So, Return of the Jedi. I actually did my research on this one. I had to watch stills and watch the film to make sure I got the answer right. How many Imperial advisors depart the Emperor's shuttle when he lands on the Death Star?
2.
No, there's more than 2.
Wait, sorry.
Who wants to? No, it's not a 1138. Rom.
No, I mean that's me for being in the chat. That's my number.
Hey.
That's me indicating that I'm trying to buzz in by typing in that number.
Ricky,
I'm saying
wrong. It's opened for everybody else, and Ron's gone first. How many? It says Imperial advisors, not guards. Imperial advisors.
4.
No.
What's the question?
How many Imperial advisors departed the Emperor's shuttle when it landed on the Death Star? So they all queued up behind them as they walked down that great big hangar bay.
It's Return of the Jedi?
Yes, Return of the Jedi. Okay. Marie's going to guess.
3.
No. So we've had 2, 3, and 4. So, I mean,
that's closest. I will say 5 then.
Well, technically, you are closest. It was apparently 6.
What?
6 of the old biddies. They're He's dressed up with their weird hats and stuff. There's a classic photo. There's a classic photo of them all together, but it only shows 5 of them. But there were 6 behind.
We never got any backstory or anything for those guys. They just put them in there.
Yeah.
I was googling about them. They're all part of the Imperial Senate. Apparently, they did all the day-to-day work for Palps.
Cool.
I thought there was no Senate.
Well, his Senate, his version of government sort of thing, yeah. And there were a few of the Red Emperor's guards who got off as well and formed a little, either side.
How many people fit in one of those little tiny shuttles?
17, apparently. 17.
Wow. You talked about that photo, and that's kind of what I was thinking of. Anyway, yeah.
I was thinking, too, because the 2 guys that he tells them to leave, like, at the end when Luke shows up.
Yes.
And they, like, walk out.
Okay. On to the next.
Right. Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good trivia. Because, there's a bunch of people.
Oh, this is going to be... this is just the order it falls. Because the second question is, for Marie, it is, in Star Wars Resistance, how many ace pilots are there? And this is in Series 1. Because the number changed in Series 2.
How many ace pilots?
How many ace pilots were there? So whenever Dozer says, launch the aces.
Do I get to choose another category? Because I've never watched Resistance.
Well, you can still guess a number.
Okay, well, I'll say, 4.
Not 4. Ricky put his...
he put it in before she answered.
That's true, he did. That's technically not allowed.
What?
Technically not allowed.
She said she didn't know, and then I did it.
She didn't. She hadn't answered yet to see whether she was correct or not.
Well, you're going to get it wrong anyways.
Is that what I'm going to say, you have to buzz in after the person's already guessed and got it wrong. So I think Ron was before Ryan.
I think it's 6.
No. Ryan was next.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So 8.
Yeah, then it's 8.
8. No, it's not 8. So that just leaves Ricky to guess. It's going to keep going
Are
for the
you
rest
including Kaz in this?
Well, no, you were saying who was the closest.
Season one. So if you know your story,
So 5.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 because
you count
Kaz did
Kaz,
come
it's 6.
in the second season. So I've got to put that down
You
here.
had the Imperial guy, you had the girl with the blonde hair, then you had Hype Phazon.
Well, that was going to be my bonus question. I was going to say name them, I'll just say it anyway. It was Hype Phazon, Torodoza, Freya Fenris, Griff Hanaran, and Bo Keevil.
No idea.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Ryan. Oh,
Boy.
this might be the street. It's The Force Awakens for you.
Okay, wait. So, just to figure out this ring-in thing, are you going to tell us when we can ring in? Rather than people just punching in?
I'll do that. I'll do that from now on.
The board is open or something. Okay, I'm ready. Force Awakens.
Yeah. Force Awakens. What year was Starkiller Base destroyed? And we're in the ABY format year here.
Oh, shoot. I'm the timeline guy. Okay, wait. So, what year was Starkiller Base destroyed?
As
Okay,
Ryan gets at its abacus here and starts jotting down dates and stuff.
I'm going to say 34 ABY.
Right.
All right.
Bang on. That's what I've got. Well done.
Sweet.
Very good.
Yeah, nicely done, Ryan.
I was going to say 33, so I would have been wrong.
Well, because it's New Hope, and then 3 years to ESB, and then 1 year, and then it's 30 years after Return of the Jedi.
Blimey. I would not have had a clue, but very good. Well done. Okay. Question 4 for Ron. I will now a little bit of a leeway on this one because this is we'll see anyway. Emperor Strikes Back. The probe droids we see on Hoth searching for the hidden rebel bases. How tall are they? And I'll take meters or feet and inches.
Thank you for the conversion.
6.8 meters.
If you're really close, I'll give you the point, but you're not close.
6.8 meters. That's my guess.
No, not 6.8 meters. Anybody else want to guess? I will set being close. Ricky?
4 meters?
No, not going to give you that. Ryan?
8 feet 4 inches.
You keep changing between the metrics, and I can't work out who was closest here. No, I'm not going to give you that either. Marie, do you want to come in with a random guess? That's your last person.
I'll come in with a random guess. I'll say like maybe 1.5 meters.
Ooh, I'm tempted to give you the point on that one.
What's the answer?
They're 2 meters.
They're only 2 meters? Wow.
I thought
they're pretty. Well, I mean, they're
meters is feet, so that's 6. So
That's
okay,
6
yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
Six
Wasn't the
feet.
Womp Rats
Yeah.
at 2 meters?
Womp rats aren't much bigger than 2 meters.
Wait a minute. I was less than 2 feet off.
Yeah, but 2 feet is. Hang on a minute.
I said 8 feet 3 inches.
8 feet. Let me see.
It's 6.6 inches. 6 feet 6 inches is 2 meters.
3 meters is 1 meter, so 1.5 foot is half. I'll give you half a point each then.
So she's like
Price is Right rules, closest without
she's
going
1
over.
foot. She's 1 foot 7 inches from it, and I'm 1 foot 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, we're pretty much 7 in the middle.
Half a point. You'll have to share it with me, Ryan.
Guess we'll have to do half a point for that one.
I'll
I ain't using no meters, I'll tell you that. I ain't
Very
using
compelling
no
audio.
Not this house. Not this house.
I'll go for half a point each.
I thought they were taller than that. I thought they were like bigger than a person.
How
so.
big are Womp Rats then? Jeez.
Huge.
They're not much bigger than 2 meters.
Yeah, I thought they
See,
were-
that's That's where I was thinking 6 or a little bigger than 6, but I went meters, not feet, because Chewie stands up, or it's flying around, and Han stands up. So it was kind of, to me, it seemed like it was as tall as Han, not as tall as Chewie.
High.
Darth Vader's supposed to be what, like 2.2 meters? So they weren't quite as big as Darth Vader is tall, I don't think.
Well, they're 6 foot tall, 6 feet tall, 6.5.
I knew they were as big as a person or bigger. That's why.
Yeah, they felt like they were in that scene. They feel like they're a little bit bigger than a person. That's
yeah.
But Tatooine has 6.5 foot rats.
Yeah, they're in the comics. They're humongous.
What the heck?
I always thought
that's why it was
rats were little.
bullseye.
It's like Luke Skywalker shooting the cows. It ain't
Well,
that.
you could throw a brick at him. I mean,
Well, why is that a revelation? He's been saying that port's been no meter than 2 meters, and he used to bullseye him for 40 years. So
I just never dawned on me how big they were.
You haven't given that some thought, huh?
Okay.
Good question.
Question 5, Ricky. I had to research this, and I hope I got this all right. Aurebesh is a writing system that transcribes Galactic Basic Standard, the most spoken language in the galaxy. So, how many letters are there in the Aurebesh language?
22.
That's 22 is not the right answer, but I'll let other people come in and guess and see who gets the closest. Ryan.
23.
Nope. Ron?
Yeah, that seems 26.
Okay, and Marie?
24.
Oh gosh, you guys have really gone compacted together.
Yeah, it's more than 26, and they're using some of those letters that make sounds, like an EA sound. One symbol makes an EA sound, or one symbol makes a CK sound, or something.
Yes, they're called phonemes.
What's the answer?
34.
Yeah.
Oh,
34.
Is that including numbers too?
If it's more than 26, no, because there's something for each number. But there's some aspect of Aurebesh. Some subscribe to a thing to where there's Aurebesh symbols that combine letters or make 2 or something like that. But there's a one. Yeah, there's one for it's a 1-to-1 correlation for all the letters. But then there's obviously, would you say 34 was the answer? So there's 8 more. What are you calling them, Marie? Phonemes?
Phonemes, yes.
That's an English term. That's a real world term, right?
That is a real world term. Yes.
Are you including question marks and all that stuff too?
I have no idea.
No, I think it's a symbol, some Aurebesh symbol.
Or is it punctuation marks? Because are those the same as in English?
I think it's like for ing. There's like one Aurebesh symbol that might be for ing type of stuff. Or you can have you can use each letter for I, the Aurebesh symbol for I, for N, and for G.
Yeah, well, there's the Spanish alphabet has something similar where there's the double L is a phoneme and double R is a phoneme. And
they have.
Well, double L makes a Y, right?
Double L makes kind of a Y. It's
it
they
have some
your dialect.
They got a CH, they got an AE, they got an EO, they got an NG.
No.
So yeah. No, I'm saying that's
Aurebesh.
Oh, Aurebesh. Okay, sorry.
They have an NG, they have an SH, they have an OO. So yep.
Yeah, SH was the other one. Yeah. It's not common. You don't see it too often, but purist of Aurebesh or whatever we'll get into saying that there's 34 characters.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mix of English and say like Japanese. Because Japanese, those Japanese syllables, those are what they're called. They're phonemes.
Yeah.
When Galaxy's Edge was coming into play, a lot of the stuff is in Aurebesh and whatever. And the best thing I've had to trick whatever, somebody suggested you learn what's the game show with Pat Sajak and Vanna White? Wheel of Fortune, right?
Wheel of Fortune.
Learn the common letters, NST, and the vowels. And if you know those Aurebesh ones, you can almost figure out, in context anyway, what you might be looking at. Warning, or escape hatch, or wanted. There's various things. So if you learn those those initial ones, or those common letter Wheel of Fortune type of letters, it works well, is what I'm trying to say.
Or you can just use the app and it translates it for you.
I'd like
That
to be
too.
able to read Airbrush in front of your nephew and look Star Wars cool.
So I'm going to give half a point for being close rather than a point for being on the spot. So half a point to Ron, because it's not the outright answer, but he's the closest. That's how we're going to do it this round. I have decided. I have spoken. Okay.
It's now canon.
Yeah, it's now canon. Yeah, I forgot who's next. It's Murray. Okay. So it's... Okay, Murray. Including the final season in 2020, how many episodes have there been of the Clone Wars in total?
Oh my goodness.
That's basically hard to be exact on, so that's why it's going to be a guessing game. So see if you can get...
Including the final season of Clone Wars?
Yep.
Including the final season?
Yep.
So are we including like the lost episodes and all that were on Netflix?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Or
Yes,
is that-
I think we are.
Oh, gosh.
I can't be sure now, but I think we are.
What about the unfinished stories?
No.
I'm going to say it's about, I don't really know an exact figure, but I'm going to say 150.
150. Okay, I'm just writing it down. It's not correct, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. Ron?
166.
That's not correct either, but okay. Who's going to go in next? In case you get it right. Ricky?
122.
122. Not correct either. And Ryan?
131.
131. Ryan is closest.
Yeah, I might have went over, right? There's 7 seasons. But the last one, I was thinking there was averaging 20 a season.
133, is there? Or what
But
is there?
yeah, the last seasons weren't full on 20.
No, they weren't.
So
is
6 of them, 5 of them at 20 is 100. So yeah, that one 130 is a nice guess. What's the answer?
133.
Yeah.
See, and the only reason I know this is because I rag on Dave Filoni so much. Because it's like, oh, look what he does with Clone Wars. And I'm like, out of the 133 episodes, he's only directed like 20 or something like that. So I've written this number down so many times. I was like, I know it's 131 or 133.
So Vader was right. Hatred is a driving force. Or
I've
that's
wrote
a hatred.
about Dave Filoni. It's like he barely did anything in Clone Wars. He was a producer, yeah, but he only wrote. Yeah, but only a hand, like 14 episodes or something like that. So I have the notes on it. I won't get into it. I'll just take my point and be happy.
That's because you're crazy.
Next question is Ryan's question, and is from A New Hope.
Oh boy.
So, what was Luke's TK number for the Stormtrooper originally allocated to guard the Millennium Falcon in the Docking Bay after the Death Star captured it?
I'm never good at these.
That's an easy one.
That's an easy one.
After your original intelligence generation, it is.
Yeah. So what was this TK number to do? What?
TK number. Yeah. TK dash blah blah blah.
Yeah. I just don't even remember him ever even getting a number.
I'm going to give Ryan the clue. Why aren't you at your post? TK.
Oh, okay. I was picturing when he was like on Tatooine and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, when they're inside storming it, and it's like, okay. Yeah, that. 1127. I don't know. That's it.
No. I think. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm just opening up the floor, and Ricky was just before Ron. I think there.
Oh, he's just before you said no.
8:39 a.m. Hello.
Yeah.
Ron's the only one that rang in after he said open the floor, because I'm watching the board, so I'll say that.
Oh.
It's when he said open the floor, Ron rang in. Marie and Ricky were early.
I did it after you said your answer.
I got pretty confused.
And he said you were wrong.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did it after you said your answer too.
No, you did it when he was still answering. 'Cause I looked.
Okay.
That's why I did mine. I was like, Marie jumped the gun.
I got really confused here now. Anyway, I said let's open the. I can't remember if I said it out or not. But anyway, I said let's hope. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I saw Ricky just before Ron.
You did, but he was just before you opened the floor, as Ryan
You said
pointed out.
I did it as he said it. That's why.
That's not the same.
Okay, let Ron go then.
Oh, am I okay? You're gonna concede to Ron?
Well, no, but you said he was first. Go ahead.
No, I'm deferring to Ryan. He's the impartial party in all of this.
He said open the floor, and Ron. I did see Ron. Ricky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, fine. Go, Ron.
Yeah.
That's the easiest question ever, right? 4-2-1.
Correct.
But
Yes.
do you know what it is in the novelization?
Oh,
Dun dun. No, I'll be surprised. It's a different number there.
It's a different number.
Really? Still
You guys-
3 digits?
It may not be. I'm not going to give it away, but I can. You guys can read it or look it up and back up the answer.
Well, no, that's fascinating. Then why did they change it? The actor did just because he just needed to make up a number and didn't care. It didn't correlate. Obviously Lucas, when the novelization, they're just making up a number there. They don't care. So there's
They're not just making up a number. It's a very important number if you know your Lucasfilm.
Oh, so they do 1138 in the novelization?
THX 1138. Why aren't you at your post?
Oh, so they even do THX in the novelization. Oh, wow. That is a great nugget. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, that would have been weird in the movie.
Sued for that.
But she was in cell 1138, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. Next one.
I thought it was because the TK in the book, you're not saying it, you don't care. TK421 rolls off the tongue, maybe because I've heard it for 4 years, but it sounds, it's very melodic, and in that sentence,
Yeah,
that, if it was a
1138, I think it would have been too much of a mouthful to say.
TK,
it might have been
TK 1138 might have been a little, TK421. Why does it stand for? It rolls off the tongue very quickly. Any other number,
exactly.
or it would have been something. So, but that's fascinating, Mary. I don't think I've ever heard that the novelization. I'm gonna go find my book. The novelization has that in it. Never heard that before.
Okay, and the final question in this round is actually for Ron, and it's Rise of Skywalker. So, and this is a question for everybody to guess in because it was the closest. So, to the nearest 1,000. What was the size of the so-called Citizens' Fleet amassed by Lando in Rise of the Skywalker to attack Exegol? I tell you, it's a lot.
Like how many ships?
Like how many ships in total?
Oh.
Yeah. And this includes, and it was military and civilian, just in case you get the wrong number. This is combined.
That's no Navy. It's just people. 11,380.
Nice.
Good one.
Ricky?
I'm gonna say 5,000.
5,000. Marie?
I remember this because I saw it somewhere, like random. Is it 13,000?
13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ryan?
13,001.
I love that, Ryan. Yes, that's how it's played.
I see what you did there. Okay, well, that actually... it's terrible, but that does actually make Ryan the closest.
Yes, that's the Price is Right rules. That's how it's done. Well played. Wow, it's over 13. What's the number?
Just anything to keep his lead. It is. It's 14,000. Is the answer.
I was close, Marie.
Such a crazy made up number.
Yeah. Well, only because he knew that I was close, probably. So he decided to go one better.
I was hoping you wouldn't go higher than Ron, because then I'd have to choose another number. I'm like, oh man, that seems like a lot. 13,000 is a lot.
Were you going to do 1138-1?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
11,380.
Yep, that's how it's played.
Very
That's
good.
fascinating. I don't have many hang-ups with the movies, but that's one of the ones that just is how the hell do we explain all of those ships making it through that maze at the end? And they're coming in. You see, I think we see ships kind of like coming out of hyperspace into that big picture of all the ships with the Ghost and everybody that's in there. And we still see ships coming out of hyperspace. Like, wait a minute, they were flying through the zigzaggy, really narrow maze. Where the heck? How? You know, it would have been a line of traffic getting all of them into the 14,000 through that thing. That's a little. We need to figure out some way to square that.
Remember, it is a different dimension almost. It's not like, even though you can see other people in the hyperlane, it's also not real, I guess.
No, I mean that pathway. You needed the Sith wayfinder to find your way through that.
I just assumed once they had the path that they were able to skip it.
Remember Mary or Pippin or whatever? They went through it and he said, "All right, start transmitting when we go." And as they go, they're transmitting the coordinates as they start.
Yeah, I get that how they all knew it, but the pathway to watch the movie seems very confined, very narrow, very small. That it would just they'd have to line up single file almost to go through it, and then
surprised that they don't collide when they come out of hyperspace. Like, hit the brakes.
And then where are they doing the hyperspace thing? Because I didn't think you were in hyperspace making all that maneuvering. You were just flying. It's an interesting part of. I mean, Star Wars has all kinds of little things like that.
Just small jumps. So you have to make a jump, turn, make a jump, turn, make a jump. So
is that what it is? And then jump. Your last thing to get to that end space there is a jump, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, to the quiz question, to say that there were 14,000 at the end, that's no Navy. It's just people. Is I would have not thought. I was clearly, obviously making up my number. I had no idea what kind of number it was going to be.
Okay, so that's the end of round 2. So everybody knows. Let me see, just totting up the scores here. Ryan is in the lead with 3.5. Ron has 2.5. Marie has 1.5. Ricky has 2. Have I got this right? So Ryan's in the lead as things stand. I need to write this down. So
let's wrap it up. It's time to go, man.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad we don't have time for round Ryan's.
We've got time for one more round. Don't worry. I'll just put them down where everybody's got so far, so we know how close it's getting in the. So 0.5, 1.5. Okay, yeah, 1.5 and 2. Right.
Wow, I haven't made even any showing this year. That's unimpressive.
There's still time. There's still time. I'm going to let you guys decide what round we're going to have next. We can either have a really tricky or obscure round, or we can have quotes.
Well, by the time you decide, it's going to be like 10 o'clock. So.
Quotes, go.
Just pick one.
Quotes, go.
You want to go for
obscure?
Obscure. Obscure. So 2 for quotes, 1 for obscure. That leaves Marie to decide.
No, she was in for quotes.
No, I was in for quotes.
You're in for
Ron to the...
quotes. It is them.
Well, what's Ron say?
Well, I said quotes. I was wondering what Ricky said.
I hate quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know people's name.
So let me just remind myself here. These are quotes, 10 quotes. Well, you only get a chance for 8 here anyway. They're either from Ahsoka or Mandalorian.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I know, exactly. And you're either right or you're wrong in this one. So it's
It's a sudden death round then.
Right, Ricky, this is your quote. Who said this in Mandalorian? I am the last of my line.
Bo-Katan?
Is it?
It is Bo-Katan. You're right. Yeah.
Is it only this last season?
No, I can't tell you when. I can't tell you when exactly they were. It's more likely to be in the first 2 seasons than the 3rd season.
So we're just assuming Corgi is dead.
Okay, Marie.
Okay.
Well then, until our paths cross.
This is from Mando?
Yep, Mando.
Oh, goodness. Was it the armorer?
Not the armorer. I shall open up the floor. Ricky first.
Ahsoka.
No. And so Ron was next.
Quill?
Who? Krill? No. That leaves just Ryan to guess.
R5D4.
No. Was in.
How would he say that?
Beep, 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 beep.
I love that guess, Ryan.
It was the name that can't be mentioned. It was Cara.
Oh, her.
Who?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. Yeah. Okay. So it's
never
Ryan.
seen again.
Yeah, Ryan, your quote is: "Who said in Mandalorian to nurse and protect?"
To what and protect?
To nurse, N-U-R-S-E, and
That's what I
protect.
thought you said. I'm like, what? To nurse and protect? Yeah. What kind of freaky show is this? In Mandalorian, they said to nurse and protect.
Yep.
Oh, the armorer.
No.
Dang.
Rom.
Hey, you didn't open up the floor. I was waiting.
He said no. IG-11.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. This keeps happening, and I get confused over... I didn't actually open up the floor, did I?
That's why I was waiting. I had my hand on the buttons, and I didn't do anything.
Well, he said no, indicating the answer was wrong.
Well, that's what I did last time. You guys said no, that doesn't count.
He does have a point.
You were in. No, you were in before he said no.
No, I did it when he said no. I put it in.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We just ignore that one. I'll ask another question. We'll see who pops in first. It was IG-11. It was IG-11. So we'll just skip one then, and I will give the quote, and I will, as soon as I finish giving the quote, whoever I see pop up first will get to answer first. Okay, so the quote is: "Don't mistake my hospitality for weakness." Ricky.
Moff Gideon.
No. Nos 2 was next. Was it Marie just before Ron? Or did I imagine that?
No.
No, it's Ron then. Ron?
The guy the major domo is protecting, the mayor or whoever that is.
No.
No.
I think Ryan guessed. Ryan?
Is this from Mando or is this from Boba Fett?
Wait, this is a different question. You can't exclude me now.
No, you answered. Mando, it's you. Mando, it's from Mando. Your guess.
But then you changed the question.
No. He said this chime in thing. Ricky chimed in, and I've chimed in, and Marie and Ryan get a chance to guess if they want, right?
Yeah. You're not excluded.
I thought you said goodbye. All right, say it again.
Chime in. It's your turn to guess. Yeah.
There, I'm dead. So say the question again.
Don't mistake my hospitality for weakness.
The armorer.
No.
It's always the armor.
That's a good strategy, Ryan. I like it.
I got nothing.
The one character that says like one line. Though.
Well, but you figure one of the quotes is going to be. So Marie
Can I chime in?
Guess. Yeah, I was going to say she gets to guess now.
Yeah. Marie,
Is it Greef Karga?
it is Greek Karga.
Oh, nice.
To the pirates.
That's right.
I can't
I was
remember.
like, I know it came from somebody. It sounds like it would come from a female character, and I thought it was from the bartender lady. But then I remembered the bartender lady was, the Twi'lek bartender lady was on Boba Fett, so couldn't be her.
Nice.
Well, this has all got me really confused here. So who's Ryan? So it's Ron's question next. Okay, and this is still Mandalorian. And the quote is: "The human inside was the final weakness to be solved." The human inside was the final weakness to be solved.
Totally blanking on his name. The guy that was in Bad Batch.
What?
Well, Carlo Esposito. Oh, what the hell was his character's name? That's terrible. I can't pull his name. I'm totally blue screening on the character's name. That
Are you going to pass, as they would say in the game shows?
What's his ship? I'm trying to pull his.
But there will be an opportunity to chime in if Ron can't get it.
Moff Gideon.
No. Okay, so we'll open the floor now.
Moff Gideon wasn't it?
No, Moff Gideon wasn't it.
Okay.
Is that what you're going to go for?
I was going to go for that, so never mind then.
Okay, so Ryan did put his hand above the parapet.
Can you repeat the question?
The human inside was the final weakness to be solved.
I'm just going to say Dr. Pershing. I was going to say Gideon too. So.
Well, just as well you didn't, because it is Dr. Pershing.
Yeah.
Darn it, that's what I was going to say.
I almost thought Dr. Pershing, and then I was like, no, it was Gideon at the end, and he's monologuing, and he's talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When did Dr. Pershing say it?
Oh. I don't know when he said it, but...
Probably that episode where he was like walking around.
I didn't make a note of the episodes, but...
Why would Pershing say it, right? We're all on Moff Gideon saying that he was going on about the
God, now you've got me now checking answers.
It sounded like a Moriarty kind of monologue, like.
Why would Pershing have to say it?
Yeah, I'm sure it was him.
Yeah, it was him. It had to be him.
Just Google it.
I love you guys. I agree.
No, he did say it. He said it in Chapter 16, The Rescue.
Who did? Dr. Pershing.
Dr. Pershing, he says, these are third generation design. They are no longer suits. The human inside was the final witness to be solved.
That's
I just found another
That's a good one then, because it's clearly
the mad scientist.
Clearly feels like a Moff Gideon quote.
It's a very Dr. Frankensteinish line.
Oh yeah.
To refer back to either that or Moriarty.
Okay, next question. I got really confused because we skipped a question then, didn't we? Okay, so
one round left, because it's...
We're going around once more. Just one question still. You got to sweat it yet, Ryan? So we're back to Ricky, and we're now on to Ahsoka quotes. So, who said in Ahsoka, the past is the past, move forward?
It was Hu Yang.
Correct.
Nice.
Very simple as that. Okay, Marie.
Yes.
Yes. Just got to pull up my. I saved it as a link. Okay, Marie, your quote is: who said in Ahsoka, one must destroy in order to create? It almost said it like them then. Try not to do impressions. One must destroy in order to create.
Was that Balin Skull?
It was Balin Skull.
Yay!
Good, very good. Okay, Ryan.
Yes. The armorer! Wait, no, wait, sorry, go ahead.
We're all awake now.
5001.
Okay. From Ahsoka again. Who said, one is never too old to learn?
I hate these. One is never too old to learn. Ahsoka. I don't know.
No. I shall open up the floor now. No, I think Ron?
Yeah, I think Ron.
See, I want to say Hu Yang. Hu Yang's my answer, but because he was already in there, it's making me question it. So Hu Yang's my answer.
I wanted to say Hu Yang.
Well, you said Hu Yang. It's wrong anyway. Ricky?
The Night Sister. What's her name?
No, correct. No. Incorrect. Don't matter. Marie?
Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost.
No.
Correct. No, it's getting a little bit tight. I think. Well, okay. Yep. Those might go down to the wire. So we've got one more. I'm just working out if this comes down to.
We'll find out later. Let's get this last one.
If this makes it close or not. Oh, it is close. Oh.
Yeah, for those that are paying attention and scoring at home, they know that. The next question.
Yeah, I tell you, it is close. This will decide it, depending on who gets the answer. And this is for Ron. So if Ron gets this right, it'd be interesting. So, still in Ahsoka, who said, sometimes even the right reasons have the wrong consequences? Ron, are you still there?
Yeah, I am. I'm trying
Did
to.
you blue screen?
They said it to.
Okay.
I think they said it to her, but who said it to her?
Sometimes even the right reasons have the wrong consequences.
Sabine.
No. So,
no, shoot, no, it wasn't her.
Hang on, wait for it. I will open up the floor now. Marie was first.
Ahsoka.
Correct. It was Ahsoka.
Yay!
Yes, Ahsoka in Ahsoka. So that.
To who? Because I was thinking that's who somebody
Sabine.
said that. I thought somebody said that to Ahsoka about Sabine. That's what I was vacillating for. Why was
Ahsoka said it to Sabine.
About what? Because I thought it was about her choice of.
Double check the scores.
I thought it was Ezra then, because I thought it was Ezra to Ahsoka about Sabine and about her choice, but then he didn't know about her choice to give up the information or whatever what choice he makes. So yeah, why did Ahsoka say that to Sabine?
In relation to Ezra, maybe? I don't remember, but.
I guess, and trying to do.
Drum roll, Stephen.
I'm still working on it.
Technically, you have 4 questions because 2 of your rounds had 10s, so you have 2 leftovers from one round and 2 leftovers from another.
I just thought he would have kept a live score as we were going.
I was, but I'm just checking I've got it right so that I don't claim that somebody's won and then actually it wasn't right. So I'm just double checking the scores.
That's fair. It definitely came down to the end. I'll give him that.
I put in a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Stephen.
I can tell you who came last. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so that is 5.5, 5, 6, 6.5, and 4. Yeah. So what I had in my running scores was correct. I was just double checking before I played.
I failed hard at the end, so I ate my own lunch, which always happens. I hate these quotes. That's why quotes obscure.
In last place with 2.5 points was Ron. In second place. In third place with 4 points was Ricky. So that means that I can tell you who came first got 6.5 points, who came second got 5.5 points. So it literally did come down to the final answer. So I can tell you that the winner of the 2023 Positively Star Wars Senate Annual Quiz is Marie.
Yep.
Again?
Yes.
After I polished up that trophy?
I know, you just nicked it in the end. You had a stormer in the final round. You got 5 points in that one, and Ryan only got 1, so you wiped him out.
Yeah, I wiped the floor with you, Ryan.
All of them.
Quotes. That's why I hate quotes. I can't ever remember characters' names.
Well, now you know. Start to remember them.
That is a much better showing, though, than previous years, Ryan. So, after you polished up that trophy and all that kind of stuff, you get to hand it aloft to yourself again. And do you have any words for like to thank anybody in particular for this grand award? Oh, well, not an award, is it? It's a trophy.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yep. Right.
And the Senate. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
And
congrats.
And
Thank you.
congrats.
Which academy? The one that Luke was going to join, or?
Yeah, the Imperial. I'd like to thank the Imperial Academy.
And we're really short on time. I might do the other bits in the next Senate, depending on what we get to talk on. But the annual quiz is over because that's the longest one. And there we go.
On a serious note, Chancellor Stephen, appreciate your time, energy, and effort. That is always fun and always a good time to go through all of that and do all of that. And yeah, it's hard to find challenging questions or to find ones that we're not obviously going to know the answer to 4 and 4-2-1.
We done 2 rounds. It would have been another hour.
No, but seriously, appreciate your time and energies in that.
Yeah, very good question. Very good.
Yes, very good questions. Really good game, guys. Thank you.
Well played, everybody. Well played, as they say.
Yep.
This is how the show ends, with thunderous applause. And thanks to everyone for listening. Find us on all the usual social media platforms, as will pop up magically, I'm sure, very shortly as you're listening, or where to find us all too. Keep it positive, and it's a goodbye from everyone. And so it's goodbye from my fellow senators with this episode, which we had Ricky.
Goodbye. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you guys have a good Christmas.
Yes,
And
I forgot to say that. I forgot. For some reason, I still aren't feeling Christmassy yet. It's goodbye from 2023 annual quiz winner, Marie.
Goodbye, and happy holidays to everyone out there.
Two-time champion, we can say now. And it's goodbye from Ryan.
The armorer.
Yes.
Yeah, one time that will be right. And it's goodbye from Ron.
Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year's to all.
And it's goodbye. And as Chewbacca would say,
Goodbye, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Stay safe out there.
All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go switch off. I am the Senate.
be sure to follow us online. We're at Facebook at PSW Senate. Join our Plus 20 Star Wars Facebook group, where we all are in there interacting. You can find us on Twitter at PSW Senate. On Instagram, we're at PSW Senate Podcast. And on TikTok, we're at PSW Senate Podcast. We look forward to hearing from you.
The Force will be with you, always.
Like his name. I don't know if it was Simpsons or if it was what.
Hmm.
Oh, that's different. That looks weird. It shows the recording started.
Yeah, it does that every time.
Yeah, it's supposed to do that every time.
No, but it's in the middle of my screen.
Oh, in the middle of your screen. Mine's at the top.
Yeah. It says recording
Oh.
started by Stephen.
Important thing for next year, you guys, but especially for certain people who like Disneyland on the West Coast, like Ricky and myself, and Tony if he were here. But Disneyland is having Star Wars nights next year.
Yeah, starting in April, right?
Between April and May, and I'm planning on being at one. So
that's cool. Yeah, I was looking at they're gonna bring like all the foods and hyperspace and all that stuff. Yeah.
So make your plans, guys, because.
I was looking at
you guys just went.
I wonder if they're gonna bring the churros back.
The churros, the lightsaber churros.
The lightsaber churros, yeah.
I thought you were going to remind me that, remember, that next year, folks, you've got to change the number on the end of the year. I thought, oh, yeah, good. Yeah, it's 2024 next year. Yes.
I wasn't addressing you specifically, Stephen, because you'd have
to say that. If he's going to say that, give me my lesson. Remind me, it's January next month as well.
Yeah, okay, we're now officially not starting on time.
Okay.
There's
Ron.
Bang on time. Ron is here.
He's a minute late.
I know.
How much are we paying you an hour, Ron? We're docking you that much.
I shall get here on time, but not 1 minute early. Yeah, it was like I was like in meetings at work, because I was like, people always getting late. It starts at 9. Doesn't mean you turn up at 9. It means you get there 5 minutes beforehand, so you're ready for the 9 o'clock meeting.
Exactly.
I lost the argument every time. This never worked. It's just like I told you before, when I tried to get everybody to stop using their phones during the meeting. It was almost like a mutiny. I was not very popular. Okay, so we just want to check. Ron can hear us, and we can hear Ron.
He's muted right now.
I know. He's obviously around somewhere. Maybe he's just connected and then gone off.
Oh, dagger. Okay, yeah. There's 2 ways to mute, physical and computer, and I was muted on the computer. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, everyone.
Good morning.
I've been responding to all your comments and texts. Whatever. You can dock me whatever times 2. I feel bad about being a minute late, so whatever that docking is, just go ahead and double it, and that'll cover it.
You have to let us pick something from your Halloween grab bag.
Show up at my house trick or treat night, and you can.
I'll have the cell barge. Okay.
That's not in the grab bag.
I'll have that. You just give me a box.
Like, here, kid, strap this to your back.
Yeah, here, kid. You can have this only if you can carry it
by yourself.
Oh well, that's me. Yeah.
I can't imagine that shipping cost.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That'd be quick for me to come over personally and get it and put it on the plane with me. Come back. Okay. Well, it's very expensive sending letters and parcels this year. Flipping out. I don't know what it's like over there, but
everything's delayed for some reason.
Everything's delayed, and a letter is now 66 cents. I just found that out.
That's what a stamp costs?
That's what a stamp costs, 66 cents. I was like, how did that happen?
Well, £1.20
stamps like 4 years ago.
£1.25 for a first class stamp, or 75p for second class.
Jeez.
Oof.
Can't remember the last time I sent anything out.
I should have bought more of those Forever stamps when they were 45 cents.
I know. I have a bunch of Forever stamps and I can't find them.
That's growing. Stamps are growing quicker than my 401k.
I know.
I remember there was when they first did the Forever stamp, somebody went in and bought like 10 grand. The post service was like, yeah, that's not what they're for. You're not supposed to do that. Blah blah blah. Don't think of them as. But yeah, there's something to that. That right, his money's practically doubled over the course of however long it's been since they implemented that.
Yeah, they did that specifically. They called them Forever stamps for that reason.
Right.
Yeah, if you bought them, I don't know, what would they first come out at? 40 cents, 38 cents or something? Yeah, if you bought them then, bought a bunch then, if you can find a way to sell them, yeah, you've doubled your money.
Mm-hmm.
How else can you do? What else can you get into?
Yeah, it started when they were it started when they were either 38 or 44 cents, something like that. But even then, it's 1.5 times. It's worth 1.5 times what you paid for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think my Skype is behaving.
Well, but That's good. My Skype is behaving. Everybody's Skype is behaving. We're all here. I know Tony gave his apologies a week ago to me, but he will hope to be back in the new year.
Okay.
I didn't study. Is this quiz time?
It's about Star Wars, yes. Well,
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay.
And
I'll be
I
last
still didn't
place
study.
again. It's okay.
it's all about Winnow.
I'm defending the trophy.
Yes, I hope you polished it up.
I polished it up. Finny licked it a little.
Yep, very good. Cat licked it, yeah, probably drunk out of it and stuff, yeah. Okay, all right, okay. So as I said, I've got a new script, so this may not make any sense. If it doesn't make any sense, we just Ricky would just insert last month's one.
We'll fix it in post, Stephen. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, fix it in post. Yeah, we'll just skip on. So we'll go around the table. We'll talk about 2023 Star Wars. What's been your favorite moment of the year, Star Wars wise, and then we'll do the quiz. That's roughly it. That's right. Yes.
Yep.
What's the sound I'm listening for?
What sound?
So like a
Tell them
horn. It's like a horn. It's like a ding. It's a Star Wars pew pew. I'm just making sure I know which sound I'm listening for. I'm
Beep,
teasing.
beep, Bernie.
I'm teasing. Yeah, beep beep beep. Yeah. I need a BB-8.
Steven's gonna
beep,
do a Wookiee sound.
Yeah, give him the hardest thing to do. Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I think you should get a clip from the High Republic audio book for this episode, Ricky, of the Wookiee impressions. Which is
they good or bad?
Okay. Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get going anyway. Ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Go.